Hello, 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 and welcome to the LPW show. I am JPJ of Between Two Beards, and I will be your host for this episode of the LPW show. And as you can see, I am joined by two gentlemen who are above me now. They are part of the RADz. We have Rich King and Lumberjack Larry Woods. They are in quite the big match coming up at LPW Mark Among Us, and we will definitely dive into that. But first and foremost, I do want to talk. You had yourselves a pretty big match at the last event, which obviously you needed to win to get into this big match that we're going to be talking about a little bit. So first and foremost, how are you gentlemen doing? And then if you both could dive in and talk about the match from the last LPW show and what was your mentality heading into that match to get through to the fatal four-way that we're going to be talking about in a little bit.
Well, first and foremost, with your little pyro gimmick that you have, remember, we're the best in this company that's ever had pyro. Let's get that straight. Judge Ben Omen, he hooked us up big time.
Okay.
The best pyro in the game. And as for the match last month, well, some people like to say we cheated. RADz don't cheat. RADz just win, baby. We just win.
We took on the Serial Thrillers. When was the last time they were a tag team? When the hell were they ever relevant as a tag team? 15 years ago? 10 years ago? Of course we're going to win. We're the RADz. We have been beside each other for 5 years now?
At least.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. That is true. I mean, some people, as in most people, would say that you guys maybe took advantage of, you know, you said the word cheat. I'm not going to use the word cheat.
No, you better not.
But we all have eyes. We all watched what happened there. So do you have, what is that all you're going to say about it? Do you have anything to explain the actions maybe that helped you get through to the finals?
Hey, we already know that you have a vendetta against us because we get pyro and you have to pay for it out of your pocket. So what happened was Judge Ben noticed that there was a shoe untied. He was trying to help the other guys out. He wasn't trying to cheat. We would never cheat. We don't cheat as a team. The RADz are simply just better. Period.
100%, because that's exactly what we do. When it comes down to shaking hips, winning championships, we are the best. It isn't a gimmick. It's for life.
All right. Enough of the pyro stuff. I have been advised by my counsel to not speak on these matters. So I'm sure you both will be hearing about this very much in the future from my legal counsel, but they have advised me to be the bigger person here and not discuss any of that stuff. But
the judge says, shut your mouth about it. So
I'm trying to. Don't be coming at me. I'm trying to be the bigger person here. I'm trying. But Larry, you did mention winning championships. And that turns our attention to the event on October 28th at the end of this month from the Rec Room, where you gentlemen will be part of a fatal four-way to crown the first ever LPW Tag Team Champions. Before we talk about the match, have you guys seen the belts, the design, the belts in person? What are your guys' first impressions of how these pretty championships look?
Those titles, they might as well just have a little plaque that says RADz on it already, because they're coming home with us. They're going to be ours. It's already a foregone conclusion. They made these titles just for us. Didn't you know that? We were so dominant as a tag team. They're like, we got to get these guys on the posters. Got to get these guys some gold, because god damn, these guys are money, money, money.
We are a franchise group. This is what you want for success for a company, is the RADz. There's no one better. There's no one better. We beat the best of the best in LPW. So, titles are coming home with us, baby. Titles for days. Titles for life.
Every promotion we've been in, we win championships. You realize that, right?
I do.
We've been tag team champions in basically every single promotion that we've been part of. Some form of the RADz has been on top every single way. We're a unit, we're a group, and we're the best. That's why those LPW tag team titles, they're going to be really rad when we walk out with them.
That might just be the case. That might just be the case. One thing I do want to talk about is, obviously, you guys are tag team specialists. You're used to being in the squared circle when it comes to tag teams. However, what is the mentality like when it becomes not just one team you're staring at, but when you're staring at three? Because now you don't got to worry about just two other people. You got to really worry about six other people. The percentages are lowered, obviously. There's a lot of stuff going on, multi-teams. Does the mentality change for you guys?
When it comes to that, we are the most fluent team in that match. Mm-hmm. Everyone else, they're just two people put together. They don't know what it is. Sure, you got like two best friends, another two best friends, and regardless, they don't work as a tag. We have been the longest tag team going in LPW. We've been the longest going tag team in Alberta? These people don't know what is going to happen. We have strategies as a unit. We are cohesive as a unit. Every single one of our opponents, maybe besides Bollywood Boyz, but screw them. They're going to get their ass smacked anyway. Everyone has their sights singly, while we are equally.
All right, fair enough. And
we're tight as brothers, baby. Don't interrupt us, okay? We're tight as brothers. We're tighter than brothers, okay? It takes a lot for us to all be touching these tips, shaking those hips, and when we walk away with those championships, y'all gonna recognize it real quick. However, we're not going to disclose strategy. We know the other losers are listening to this. We know that they're trying to get the scoop on us, but you can't let all the strategy out of the bag. However, we did win a 6-man match for a main event not too long ago, now available on YouTube after months of sitting on the shelf. Ooh. But we have experience in multi-man matches. So, ergo, vis-a-vis, we got this in the bag, baby. Bet on it.
Well, you guys did, I'm not going to call them what you call them, but you said that your opponents might be listening in here. So, your opponents are Ride or Die, which is Taryn from Accounting and Stephen Crow, the Bollywood Boyz, and Bay Rat and Sheik Akbar Shabazz. If they are listening, do you both have anything you want to say to them before we get out of here?
Well, I, for one, want to say we already beat the ass of B-Rat. Clandestine Society, we kicked their asses already. Bollywood Boyz, we haven't had the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to it because we are going to throw them around the LPW Stadium rec room like no one's ever seen. We're going to dominate the match. We are going to take those titles home. Larry, why don't you let them know your opinion on them?
Oh, okay. Show up, boys. Because I know a couple of you guys don't like to show up to every single show. So it's about time y'all show up. Hey, get ready. Get ready to just get an ass whooping. Because that's exactly what's going to happen to every single one of you.
All right. And you've heard it here first. October 28th, LPW, Mark Among Us, a fatal four-way to crown the first ever LPW Tag Team Championship. Thank you both for joining me this evening. I appreciate it. Rich, I'm sure you'll be hearing from my lawyer and counsel soon, but that's a matter.
The pleasure was all yours, I'm sure.
Well, I do have one last question, though. This is more of a personal question, but I do want to ask because, I've seen you guys. You guys are good in the ring. I'm not going to take that away from you. I like the shtick. I like what you got.
Don't forget Tales from the Undercard on YouTube, too.
That is true. You can plug that. Absolutely. Go check that out. That is entertaining as hell, too. I will give you that, even though you've been a pain in my ass these last few weeks. However, what the hell does the RADz mean? What is it Oh, all right. Well, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting at least an answer, but all right. I guess that's going to end this interview. So again, I want to thank my guests, Rich King and Lumberjack Larry Woods, for joining me. Be sure to check out LPW Mark Among Us on October 28th. And thank you for following Love Wrestling and tuning in to the LPW show.
Right through this cradle.